Welcome, folks, here to today's game between Gaithersburg and Olney. The fourth inning. Gaithersburg is up 2-0. Out on the mound still for Gaithersburg is Alexander Angelitis. Sorry again for these technical difficulties as we try to continue to fix it here on a hot day in Gaithersburg. It's Kearney to get 2 outs there. He threw it back to his shortstop, Ryan Maxey. And there's 2 quick outs for Gaithersburg in this inning. Aiden Fry now stepping up to bat the second. It's a first pitch inside from Angelitis to Fry. Angelitis now sets up. 1-1 count. There's 2 outs here. It's 2-0 Gaithersburg. Technical difficulties have led to the stream just starting now. That one's off the bat of Fry. That's just right next to his dugout. That ends the inning for Gaithersburg. Still no blood drawn from the Cropdusters. Stay listening now that we can present this broadcast to you here on this sunny Saturday. Hot day here in Gaithersburg. Stay tuned in on our Twitter and our Instagram for any updates if there's still trouble with the stream. Joey Nicholson up to bat now for Gaithersburg. Nicholson up to the plate now. That was a first. Lucas Garten is on the mound. He has a 2-1 count now. There's a third ball there inside on Joey Nicholson. It's a 3-1 count. Nicholson's the first batter up. He gets behind that one. That's fouled up and behind him over the net here into the soccer field. So now a full count here. Nicholson's the first batter of the inning. There's no outs. up to bat. Rudisill out on third base today. He's from Mount St. Mary's. The lefty steps up to bat. Watches ball one. No outs here. Those two on the stream. But we're back here now. Off the bat of Rudisill there. Back to his own dugout. 1-1 count now. Rudisill facing a 1-1 count. It's Garten out on the mound for the Cropdusters. That one's outside. Kept in the glove of Tyler Cook behind the plate, though, making sure that Joey Nicholson couldn't go any further than first. Sin, but after that foul tip, he's going to have to walk right back. So now, full count here for Rudisill at the plate. He's on third base today in the field. Giants looking for back-to-back wins after last night's victory over the Braves. And Zach White, the catcher out of Louisiana Monroe, is headed to the plate. He's got guys on first and second. Now, the Cropdusters will take time to discuss with their pitcher. Manager Adam Leader heads out to the mound. Garten just started off this inning, and he's got runners on first and second. No outs here. Cropdusters hope no more damage done by the Giants. It's the bottom of the fourth. The Giants were able to score when they had the bases loaded earlier in this game. While I was still dealing with the stream, I did not get a chance to check who the two base runners who passed home plate were. And so now Zach White, after a little meeting of the Cropdusters, will step back up to the plate. Still no outs for White to play with. Garten's on the mound. He winds up now. Delivers this one high and inside on White. Had to turn his shoulder. That was 85 miles an hour. Garten struggling to find the zone here in his outing. Garten checks back for Nicholson on second base. Doesn't throw back. Throws a strike now. Puts one in the zone for White. He still hasn't swung in this battle. And White and Garten stare down now. Garten checks back for Nicholson on second. Winds up now. Puts that one over the right side of the plate. Second ball of the at-bat. It's Rudisill out on second. Nicholson on second. Rudisill out on first. That one gets off the bat of Zach White. Fouled behind him. Now a 2-2 count. Still no outs here at Criswell Automotive Field for the Giants. They're up 2 runs, hoping to get back-to-back wins for the first time all season. This game in the earlier slot, 4 o'clock rather than the normal 7 o'clock start. Zach White puts that one high into right field. Under it is Kell. He catches it cleanly. No tag-ups from Rudisill or Nicholson. Both runners stay in their spot, and that's the first out of here. This inning. Nate Houghton-Henley, the incoming freshman at the University of Maryland, up to the plate now out of St. John's College High School. the local DC WCAC team. He sets to face Garton on the mound still. The lefty out of Ryder. Houghton Henley watches the first one. That's the first ball of the battle. Houghton Henley sets up now. He's in center field defensively today. Looking for a more expanded role with the Giants and a good eye there. Correction. That was a strike. Was looking at our scoreboard operator, put that as a ball before the ump made a signal. I was definitely towards the outside of the plate, but the blue call stands. Garton sets up now, continuing to watch behind him. He's got a creeping Nicholson. That one's outside now. Not mistakable at all. That's the second ball of the at-bat. 2-1 now. Garton's on the mound. Houghton Henley in the box. Garton checks on first, watching Rudisill. Now he checks Nicholson. He's got two guys staring him down. Houghton Henley gets that one off his bat. That's into the air. It was a cracked bat, and it was mishandled there. And we have a safe runner that was mishandled by the center fielder, Cade Walker. And now the bases are loaded after Nate Houghton Henley had a cracked bat. Sorry, that was Andrew Kell who mishandled it for the Cropdusters. Almost caught in a pickle was Rudisill, but effective base running leaves them loaded. Nicholson's out on third. Rudisill on second. Houghton Henley on first. Michael Cantiliano, the second baseman out of Seton Hall, has 3 base runners to work with. Only one out here. Gaithersburg looking to continue their early offense. That one's off the bat of Cantiliano. It makes it through the gap. That's going to go to Andrew Kell in right field. We have 2 base runners score. Houghton Henley reaches third. Rudisill and Nicholson both head back to their dugout, adding to the score here. 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the 4th, making this a 4-0 game for the Giants. Now, Ryan Maxey's up to bat. He still only has 1 out. After Cantiliano reached first, Houghton Henley got all the way to third after Rudisill and Nicholson both crossed the 4th base. They're home safe in the dugout. Giants still have a guy in scoring position. It remains Lucas Garton out there on the mound for the Cropdusters. He's already had 1 meeting with manager Adam Leader. How long will his leash be today? That one's off the bat hard of Ryan Maxey. No exit speed picked up by the TrackMan, but a loud crack nonetheless. Far right foul. One count now. Maxey's playing with 1 out, 2 base runners, first and third. That one's off his bat. That goes over the first baseman's head. It's over Klein. With that, Houghton Henley will score, and Cantiliano will round all the way to third. Maxey stays patient on first, and the Giants have another run. 5-0 now. Back to the top of the order now. Brady Ruiz-Weiss steps up in an identical position that Ryan Maxey was in just a batter ago. Put that one over the head of Roan Klein out there on first base. He got a piece of it, but it clipped over him. Houghton Henley scored. Ruiz-Weiss watches that one. 1-0 count here. You have to think. Lucas Garton's leash must be getting shorter and shorter. He's let up 3. Brady Ruiz-Weiss gets behind that one. That's fouled behind him, picked up by Danny Orrs on the on-deck circle. Base runners remain on first and third. Ruiz-Weiss, the Yale Bulldog, has 1 out here. 1-1 count. Gets that one into the gap. It's past the third baseman, Cromartie, and with that, Michael Cantiliano will score. Brady Ruiz will reach second, and Ryan Maxey gets himself to second. Brady Ruiz-Weiss gets himself to first base. So a single RBI there from the Bulldog. Now Danny Orr steps up to follow Ruiz-Weiss. 6 runs scored here in this game by Gaithersburg. Or working with a different situation. Runners on first and second. Garten checks back at Maxey on the second base. Garten circles the mound now. He pulls his hand out of his glove, looking to settle himself here. Damage has been done by Gaithersburg. Will more havoc continue? 4 runs scored this inning, 2 in the last. Danny Orr only has 1 out to work with, and this is taken off by Maxey. He's trying to get to third base. This is a high pop fly from Orr, so Maxey's going to have to run all the way back to second. Both Ruiz-Weiss and Maxey had taken off early. The ball's out, so they retreat back. 2 outs now. Magnus Krieger steps up to bat. He's out in right field today. Sometimes seen as a DH, sometimes seen as a pinch hitter for this Gaithersburg squad. Ruiz-Weiss still out on first. Ryan Maxey out on second. This has already been a 4-run inning for the Giants. Manager TJ Brockway, Hope Krieger extends that. He gets behind that one. He gets past Garten on the mound, picked up safely by the shortstop Henson, and he delivers that to first base to get Krieger out. With that, the Giants go back to their dugout. But this time, it's not empty-handed. They scored 4 runs in that inning. This game is now 6-0. Gaithersburg leading the Olney Cropdusters. Stay with us here on the broadcast. If the camera cuts out, it's just some technical difficulties that we're working with. And now we're back here in Gaithersburg. Andrew Kell, the leadoff man for the Cropdusters, is up to bat. It's still Angelitis on the mound. Just as the game started, that first inning was not picked up on our broadcast after some technical difficulties. To lead off the game, Kell was walked by Angelitis before he found his control. Now that's the first ball of the at-bat. Sorry, there was a strike on the first. 1-1 count here. That was up in the face of Kell. Kell out of Salisbury, facing Angelitis, who finished up at Merrimack and is now in the portal. This is straight to the Ryan Maxey on shortstop, thrown easily to Danny Orr, and Kell has headed home packing with nothing to show for. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. In the past 2 innings, there's been damage from the Gaithersburg Giants. 6 runs scored. Cropdusters still with nothing to show for. Angelitis on the mound. That one's outside. Handled well by the glove of Zach White. Cade Walter out of Jacksonville. The Dolphin steps to the plate. 1-0 now. Angelitis delivers. That one's over the plate. There's a strike for this at-bat. 1-1 count now. Walter looking to get something going for the Cropdusters. Good eye on that one, watching the outside ball. Angelitis has been good here in his start. 5 innings through. Gaithersburg has been looking for consistent starting pitching all year. I've not seen many guys get through the 5th. Angelitis is a third of the way there. 1 strike away from that coveted second out against Walter. 2-2. This one's put into the dirt, going to lead to a full count now. Walter versus Angelitis, this battle here in the top of the 5th. The Merrimack pitcher sets now. This one over the plate. Bat tossed aside by Cade Walter. No motion from the ump. That is the 4th ball. Now, Jimmy Kirk, the DH for these Cropdusters, wearing number 40. He's a senior out of Millersville. He's got Walter out there on first. Angelitis stays out there for Gaithersburg, as I mentioned. Consistent starting pitching. That's what Gaithersburg has wanted. That's off the bat of Kirk into play. Walter's going to take 2. He's going to look to go 3, stops because Brady Royce picks it up and sends it immediately to the third base. So that's a single by Jimmy Kirk. He's got 2 guys on base now. And Tyler Cook, the cleanup man, he's behind the dish. He's at Troy. He steps up to bat, but not before TJ Brockway, the manager of the Gaithersburg Giants, heads out and has a meeting with Angelitis. He's got 1 out here so far. He's gone 4 1/3 inning. Coach Brockway taking his first meeting with his pitcher today. No motion to the bullpen, just a timeout to resettle himself. All of the Gaithersburg infield has gathered here. They still haven't let up any runs. They've got guys on first and second now. Angelitis is going to remain out there. Coach Brockway feels the need to go out again. He'll have to motion to the bullpen. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Tyler Cook, as I mentioned, the catcher from Troy. He steps up to bat, looking to begin the equalizing effort for Cropdusters. This pitch is a strike. Cook leaned away, but it's still over the plate enough. 1 strike, 1 out here. It's Walter on second, Kirk on first. This one's outside, handled by Zach White behind the plate. Cook sets, swings and misses on that one. Second strike of the at-bat. Angelitis is 1 away from that second out here. He still faces 2 base runners. Now this one is into the dirt. Zach White steps up in case any base runners got excited trying to take an extra. 2-2 count now. 1 out here. Angelitis puts that one in the zone. Cook gets a piece of it. Hooks it wide left. Encouraging words from the Gaithersburg dugout for their pitcher. 2-2 remains the count after the foul tip from Cook. Sorry, not tip. That was put over towards his own dugout. Pulled all the way through it. That one's to the outside of the plate. Many in the crowd thought that could have been a strike. Ump makes no motion, so it's a full count. Angelitis facing Cook. This one's inside. No motion from the ump. Each base runner will take their spot, and the bases are now loaded. Angelitis got that first out against Cal, but has since walked two and let up a single. Bases are loaded with Roan Klein stepping up, the first baseman at Utah last year. He had the defensive error, the ball popping out of his glove in the last half inning. First pitch ball from Angelitis, hoping not to walk in the first run of the game. It's still 6-0, Gaithersburg over Olney. Now this one put inside, called strike by the ump. 1-1 here for Roan Klein. Angelitis is still 2 outs away from escaping this inning. That one's put outside. Zach White pops up to get it. 2-1 now. Angelitis still packing the heat. That was 85 miles an hour, but needs to find the strike zone here. That one's off the bat and sent towards the Gaithersburg bullpen from Klein. 2-2 now. Angelitis graduated from Merrimack in 3 years. Now finds himself with more eligibility. Sends that one outside for a full count. Klein is currently at Utah. He's from the state of Washington. There is a Washington University coach in the crowd scouting potential players in the transfer portal. So I wonder if there's a reunion in the hopes. But with that one, that's a strike 3, swing, and a whiff. Angelitis gets the second out while the bases remain loaded. Will Henson, the shortstop, steps up to bat, looking to do what his predecessor couldn't, drive in one of these base runners. Trying to be the first one to put a dash mark up on the scoreboard for Olney. They're still down 6-0. First pitch very high from Angelitis. Ball 1. Angelitis trying to be one of the few Gaithersburg pitchers to get through 5 innings here. Sends that one inside, ball 2. Also trying to do that without giving up one of these base runners. Olney has been scoreless today so far. Angelitis looking to keep it that way. Gaithersburg defense steps in. It's a third straight ball, high and inside on Will Henson. The shortstop is yet to swing here. Now Angelitis sets up. Sends that one as his first strike. That one was inside, but enough in the zone. 3-1 now. Henson still yet to swing for this battle. He's got bases loaded. There are 2 outs. This one put over the plate, fouled off into the left side field. Goes foul just at the end. Brady Ruiz-Weiss was running after it in case it landed fair. Henson heads back to the plate. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Only looking to severe heat warning on the Apple Weather app. That's a swing and a chop. Wow, that almost hit Cade Walter, who had an extended lead. So, nobody is injured. Nearly avoided. 5. Puts that one over the plate. It's in play by Henson. 1 run from Walter will score. 2 running in from Kirk. The ball does not get there in time. 2 runs score for Olney. This game's now 6-2. Runners remain on first and second, and manager TJ Brockway is going out to talk with Angelitis. He got himself to a full count, but off the bat of Will Henson, 2 runs score. So now the Giants make a call to the bullpen. 37, Aiden Carey out of GW steps up to the mound. He's hoping to stop any bleeding here in this inning. He's got 1 out to go. As we give him time to warm up, I'm going to step away here on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Stay listening. We're back here in Gaithersburg. Jaden Knight out of Notre Dame. He's wearing that bright gold helmet, shining in the sunshine today. He's facing a new pitcher for Gaithersburg. It's Aiden Carey, the right-handed sophomore. One 0 count now. 2-0. Those first 2 pitches were balls on Knight. Knight's out in left field. He's followed up by his fellow Irishman Cromartie next in the lineup. There's the first strike of the at-bat and the first strike of Aiden Carey's outing. That's a check swing there. They call it strike anyway. 2-2 now. Here in Gaithersburg, there's 2 outs. Aiden Carey looking to get that third one. Trying to let no more runs score. That one's off the bat of Knight. Behind him into the fence. Still 2-2. That one's in. They call